Greetings, YouTube. Happy Wednesday. The item in front of you, which probably many of you haven't seen yet in the game because it's brand spanking new, and Kabam didn't really make a major announcement about this. They kind of just put it in the game, and then lots and lots of people over the last couple of days have messaged me asking me about it. And because I was not grinding in any daily Catalyst Cash quest, I held off on doing a video because I wanted to make sure it was actually real. And believe it or not, there were a couple of people who warned me to do a video on this because they said, Prof, you're going to get so much hate if you do a video on the new class Catalyst Selector because it's going to be clickbait because it's not real. So I waited, and I've read every forum post I can look up about this. I've talked to several people who have sent me screenshots of these, and there is a little truth to the people who message me saying that this thing wasn't working as intended, because there have been several people who messaged me when they went to select it because they were so curious about what the heck this thing was that they were willing to actually risk 400 units that nothing happened. They weren't able to select anything. But that does not mean this does not exist. That just means that when it was released, it was bugged, and several help tickets have been sent in to actually get what they purchased. But as far as I understand it, this item is here to stay. And I've been trying to tell people behind the scenes in the line app, and keep in mind, 90% of the work that I do in this game never makes it to YouTube. I cannot say that enough. Most of the work I do is responding to thousands of messages a week from people who are requesting help or advice on the game. And then if I get enough questions about an issue, I make a video about it, partially to save myself time and not have to answer the same question 1,000 times, which reminds me, please stop messaging me asking me if I know if there's going to be a 5-star Wolverine or a 5-star Black Widow or a 5-star Scarlet Witch. I have no idea. Just because their names show up sometimes on forum posts doesn't mean anything. There's been nothing data mined about it. Just because we've had a 5-star Doctor Strange or Abomination or Electro doesn't mean anything for any other 4-star that has not been released in the game. And I'm just going to keep saying that over and over again. I know, just like you, I wish that every single 4-star was a 5-star. There's no reason, as great as a champion like Wolverine is, there's no reason now that there's going to be a 6-star Aegon, and there's been a 6-star Ghost, and Killmonger, and Void, and Corvus, and Domino. There's no reason that since those champions exist as 6-stars, we shouldn't see the top tier 4-stars as 5-stars. And I'm going to hold true to that statement, even if people tell me that a 5-star Wolverine or a 5-star Scarlet Witch would be more powerful than a 6-star Corvus or a 6-star Domino, because I truthfully don't believe it. But back to the issue at hand. I actually think, despite a lot of people's skepticism, and maybe it's because this item's design looks really weird, like something you would have seen off of like the classic Power Rangers TV show of the 1990s, or Transformers, I don't know. I think if this thing actually works and they fix the bug in it, it is a fantastic addition to the community, and here is why. Let's say, hypothetically, that you are starting out and you get your first 4-star, which takes 3 tier 2 class catalysts of that 4-star to rank up. And normally, until now, you only can go for those specific class catalysts on the day that they are released. So, like, let's say you need a mutant champion and you need to wait for Mutant Monday, and you get that champion on a Tuesday. You have to wait 6 days for the opportunity to grind to get enough tier 2 class catalysts to rank them up to rank 2. And that sucks. We take for granted the longer we play this game, when we have a plethora of catalysts at our disposal, that it's very, very hard to get those, especially when you're starting out. So, if Kabam has done this in order to guarantee a catalyst of your choice, which is the keyword. If you read this post, if you actually look at what it says, let's zoom in. It says, for a price, the class catalyst selectors grant a catalyst of your choice. That frees you up for having to wait X amount of days to rank up your champion. Kabam is doing you a huge favor by giving it. Now, yes, this tier 3 class catalyst is very expensive. It's 400 units, which by itself is a terrible price. But if you need one, and the only way that you're going to get it is by one of these, it's a blessing. Now, for those of you that have messaged me saying that this is only affecting a tier 3 class catalyst selector, let me just show you real quick. Another screenshot I've gotten. Guess what? It's a tier 1 with the same price as before. Now, in this case, the difference is that it kind of reminds me of when Kabam did the shady thing that sort of works, but really a lot of times doesn't, and that's where they can give you the opportunity to trade in 3 class catalysts for 1 catalyst. In this case, you're still paying 50 units to get 1 tier 1 class catalyst selector. And I might be wrong about this, but I remember at least when this offer used to pop up, I think they would give you 2 of the day of the catalyst of your choice for that day. But that's no longer going to be the case. You just get 1, but you can select it of your choice. And for so many people who haven't been playing this game for 3 years, and I think it's so easy once you have to forget that there are a lot of people who are just starting out even now, this is going to save them so much time because they're going to be able to rank up their champions faster. And yes, Kabam's going to make some money off of it because the units are going to come at a premium. But I think overall, this is a good thing for the game. If it's still bugged, hopefully they'll work out the bug. But the concept behind this item, which is the purpose of this video, is a positive thing. And I want to praise Kabam when they deserve it, and I believe they deserve praise for this. In the same way that they've deserved praise for quickening the arena refresh process this month, in the same way that they deserve praise for the peak milestone rewards this year that have given everybody so many more tier 1 alphas and energy refills, among other things. They are trying to listen and give feedback. I think just giving us the opportunity to change our profile pic, and yes, there needs to be, some tweaks to borders and stuff like that, but just that addition also is showing that they are trying to take feedback from the community. And if you love this game, it is not healthy to just criticize a company no matter what. Like, that's not going to make you happy at the end of the day. That's not going to make anybody happy. When the company is trying to do better for its community and do things like this, it's worth noting for the health of the community to give credit where credit is due. So, if you message me with this item now, I'll send you this video link. Hopefully, the help tickets that have been sent in for people who purchased this and weren't able to select any class of their choice are going to get fixed. But otherwise, YouTube, I think this is a great thing for the community. You don't have to wait 6 days or 3 days or 4 days or whatever to the specific day of the catalyst anymore. You get to select the one of your choice, and that is awesome. I really wish this was available when I got my first 4-star, which just so happens to have been Black Bolt. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a great Wednesday.